Welcome to Wayzata High School for a non-conference volleyball matchup between two tradition-rich programs, the Lakeville North Panthers and the Wayzata Trojans. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gugasberg, and a lot of state tournament appearances between these two, Andy, but particularly for North right now, a little bit of a rebuilding mode. They started 0-2. Wayzata expecting good things this year, but they've been struggling to find it just a little bit so far too, but this is a good opportunity to put it together for both teams tonight.
Absolutely true. You know, Lakeville North definitely rebuilding, still trying to recover from the Alyssa Gaynor years. Very talented class that graduated a couple years ago. But if there's one coach in the state that can do it, it's Jackie Richter, a no-name coach who took over a program at Minneapolis Southwest and brought them to the section semifinals 3 or 4 times. Very talented coach with some kids with a lot of grit and a lot of fight. On the other side of the bench, we have Wayzata. If you follow volleyball over the last 20 years, you know who the Wayzata Trojans are. If memory serves, last year Scott wasn't real excited about his early season either, and they made it all the way to the section final. He knows how to get his teams ready. The early season is about chemistry and getting a feel for what the real season's going to bring about, and Scott will have his team where they need to be come October.
Trojans got in the win column for the first time the other night on Friday and looking to build on that here as school starts this week. Let's talk about key players to look at in tonight's matchup. For Lakeville North, definitely a young team, and one of those young players, Kennedy Brady, is a sophomore for them in the middle.
Kennedy Brady, a sophomore middle, I believe one of 2 returning varsity players this year for the Panthers. Had a very successful offseason. She doesn't get up real high, but she hits the ball very quick and very hard and very spacious. She's very conscious where the defense sets up and is able to take away a lot of space with her block as well. It's going to be a nice job for her. If Lakeville can get the pass, look for her to get involved early and often.
And for Wayzata, we'll talk about one of their talented juniors, Kate Berg.
Kate Berg is just a joy to watch. I had the honor, I would say, of coaching against her multiple times over the last few years, and frustrating is putting it mildly. Kate isn't a big hitter, but she gets up and swings hard and smart. She'll lead this team in kills every match all season long. You can know it's coming and it won't matter. She's that dynamic. She isn't going to overpower you, but she's going to find ways to keep the ball off of us and on the floor.
Good recovery there, Andy, as we got hit right before this. And Wayzata championship matchup with Lakeville North. Obviously, that goes back a few years now, none of these current players, but I think there's still a little bit of that mystique that carries over for both of these programs, and you know that they're going to be ready just because it's a team that has been there before and has some good quality wins in their past.
Absolutely true. This is one of those program wins. It's not about this year's team versus this year's team. You want to say that you beat a Lakeville North. You want to say that you beat a Wayzata Trojan team. Very talented teams with a long history in this sport, and to get a win early would really go a long way to build momentum for the rest of the season.
All right, the Panthers and the Trojans will do battle next year. Thanks for joining us for high school volleyball on 12 Sports.
Did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy? Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
And here we go, about to begin set number 1. Amanda Berger serving for the Panthers, and we are underway. Put away early for Wayzata by Liz Benson, one of their captains.
Yeah, looks like there was nobody ready for the setter dump there on the first contact. Got to know where the setter is. Oh, and there's the call. Jeff Krause a little delayed on his set dump call, realizing that the setter was still in the back row. Having a tall setter like Benson has a lot of benefits, but that is one of the disadvantages.
So score the point for the Panthers. Tough serve. Reagan Palish handles it, though. Cross court with the hit, and down there for Mackenzie Gretschel. Able to put it away for Wayzata, now evened up at 1-1.
Yeah, Gretschel's been setting this team for the last couple of years. This year, Scott putting her in a multi-purpose role, letting her hit when she's in the front row as well.
Trying to recover here. That's going to be wide. Good effort by Lakeville North, but not able to keep it on the court, so the Trojans go up 2-1 here with Gretschel serving. Great effort by Berg. Did she keep it up? Yes. And now the Panthers will get an opportunity. Go right side with it, and off the tape, it'll be Wayzata point.
Panthers really young here. Freshman outside, Junkie, sophomore, right side, Barrett.
Junkie able to handle that serve despite grazing the net. Morgan Baufield to swing there for Wayzata. Panthers scramble but cannot recover there as Jennifer German had to go outside the antenna for that one, and they've been a little bit spraying the ball around a little bit more than they'd like in the early going here, leading to a 4-1 lead for Wayzata. That time they get into their offense well, but dug up and put away there for Wayzata by Baufield. Morgan Baufield, Gabby Kinney, the middles for the Trojans.
You see Baufield there just get up ahead of the middle blocker for Lakeville North.
Greshell's had a good serving run to start things out, and it looks like it'll continue as the libero Natalie O'Hara not able to handle that one cleanly for the Panthers, and an early 6-1 lead now for Wayzata. They had a sweep over Waconia on Friday. Was their first win of the season. It was right here on their home court. Tip try, but Junkie not able to get that one across. 7-1 lead.
Trying to figure out a way to side out here are the Panthers. Good serving run by Greshel.
And a good way to build not only your own confidence, but just for your team, too, to start out on a solid run like this.
Net violation on Baufield. Back to serve is Junkie.
A freshman will put it in play here. A little bit of a scramble to get to that one, but now there's Pailish with the dig for Wayzata. And put away by the left-hander, Anna Kate Gross.
Yeah, not often you see a lefty on the left side. Gross gets up there and creates some blocking problems for the Panthers. Good swing by her. 8-2 Wayzata.
Rachel Keating in to serve now for the Trojans. Aimed at the sideline, but trying to be too fine. Cross court with it there and put it into the Panthers bench.
Serving specialist comes in, misses her one shot, and into the game comes Holly Myers.
Had a net violation against Wayzata anyway there. The pass was pretty tight to the net, and Greshel doing her best to try and get that ball in a position for the hitter there, but into the net she went, so Meyer will serve again here. Abby Meyer, one of the captains for the Panthers. And Berg missing cross court, really trying to cut that ball sharp and didn't hit line there.
Yeah, Berg, I think, wanted a higher ball. She's a little late to this one, reaches out in front of her a little bit too much, misses that cross-court shot.
So, just like that, the Panthers back to within 3 now at 8-5. They'll come right back to Berg, rolling it middle, but a good dig by Barrett. Barrett gets to this one as well. Strong dig keeps it alive, but then Baufield punching it out. All those little things that were going right for Wayzata aren't anymore, and all of a sudden their lead is cut to 8-6.
Baufield gets up, gets a little late on it, tries to go deep corner and misses.
They'll come to Berg, and Panthers giving it over. Tip try there, but a little out of sync, and Brady was really on the way down as she tried to just swat that one over, and it doesn't work out. So Wayzata gets the side out here, 9-6 Trojans lead, and Morgan Baufield will serve it up. Greshel going out to Berg and wipes it off the block and down for a point. 10-6 lead now for the Trojans.
Just sounds right here, you know, nice set outside. Berg's able to catch a late block sweeping over. Brady doesn't quite get her hands across.
Battlefield awaiting the go-ahead here as Panthers trying to slow the tempo just a little bit. He goes slide and able to put it away that time is Brady. Wasn't perfectly clean, but got it in play with plenty to spare, going cross court off the net there. And Macy Winter will serve now for Lakeville North. Berg trying to push it deep to the corner there. They're at a roll. Berg got there. They still scramble, and Greshel kept it up. Off the block, and a good recovery. But Berg kind of lost concentration there. Looked like she was a little frustrated with how that point was going and puts it in the net.
Freshman Winter comes from a good lineage. Dad Trevor was a player for the Gophers and then went on to the NBA, and Mom played for the Gophers on the volleyball team as well.
Nice block there by Barrett.
Good pass here. She's got options. Likes her middle option. Great press by both Barrett and Brady to put that one down.
And that one's going to be an ace. Wayzata letting it go, and it lands good. 10-10. Lakeville North has stormed back to tie things up here. So Macy Winter, the freshman. And the Panthers continue to roll. Another solid block put up there. Brady getting most of that one.
I don't know if they saw something in the way Greshel delivers that ball, but they've been up on both of those middle attacks way early.
Come right side with it here. 3-ball chance for Wayzata. Now across to Berg, dug up though. And score the point for the Panthers. Wayzata 4 hits there as again the set or the pass to the was too tight to the net. Jackie Richter glad to see her team bouncing back after the slow start tonight, and they've really got some momentum now, leading 12-10. And Berg into the net, and the fans in red and black have a lot more to be excited about right now than the home team here, and the timeout taken by Scott Jackson.
A little bit of out of system ball here. Berg's normally the type of kid that's going to put that ball in play, but she buries it into the net here. Frustration starting to seep through. Scott Jackson going to call a timeout and calm his troops down. It's interesting lineup. I was able to watch the Panthers play this past week at home against Minnetonka, and Berger was playing libero, and Maddie Wolf was running a 5-1. They made a change, and it seems to be working right now. For the Trojans, still trying to figure out a rhythm. Running a 6-2, they get 2 different setters. Greshel, with the experience here, I don't know if she's trying to be too fancy or what it is, but she seems to be putting her hitters not in the position you'd like to see.
There is a look at Coach Richter, second season in this program, but as we said, some good experience prior, and you know, a little bit of a rebuilding job, but it's one of those rebuilding jobs where you know that there's some depth of the program, and you're probably not going to have a lot of years where you're, you know, a little bit down, I wouldn't think.
Correct.
Overpass there and put away by Gabby Kinney for Wayzata. Didn't get too overexcited, just calmly puts this one away.
Yeah, good patience by the middle blocker there.
Liz Benson serving for the Trojans. Cross it comes for Berg and wipes that one off the block and good, and Wayzata fighting back to within a point now. Scott Jackson talking to us before the match. A lot of people are just kind of learning their roles with this team right now. It isn't that we don't have some good talent. It isn't that we haven't been putting a lot of effort out, but just kind of everybody needing to mesh and get those roles solidified and some good leadership, and he still feels like they'll have a very good season. Barrett off the block. Benson goes to Berg. And that one's going to be too strong, well read by Wayzata, as O'Hara was well deep with that one.
O'Hara's played some outside, so she can take that swing when given the opportunity.
And Baufield not able to handle that one. She was kind of caught in between, trying to move and try to take that ball up high and kind of ate her up there. So 14-14. Barrett, the sophomore, serving. And another solid block by Brady.
Brady and Berger close together on that ball. Passes out of system, and Brady's already standing over there. Not a whole lot of options for Dreschel to hit.
Barrett looking line, and she finds it. Second time that Wayzata has gambled that it was going to be out right in front of their bench, and it did not pay off once again. 2-point Panthers lead here in the first set. And Berg, this time hitting from the right side, pounds it home off the Benson set.
Berg in rhythm here, knows it's coming, and is able to unload on this ball. Brady guessed that it was going outside and guessed wrong.
Berg getting it to Benson, dumps it over, but the Panthers are ready. Good recovery by Lakeville North, but an opportunity here for the Trojans. Scramble, Barrett not going to be able to get it over, and ultimately Gross will score the point for Wayzata. So back even now, 16 apiece. Good first set here. It's been really a battle back and forth. We've had each team kind of control things for a while.
Yeah, early lead by Wayzata, and then the comeback, and now we're in some back and forth volleyball the way it should be played.
Berg with a nice dig there, and Dreschel tipping. Panthers scramble, but yep, that one was double contact there. Didn't hit it quite cleanly there. Ariana Barrett.
Barrett doesn't quite get her feet to the ball, panics a little bit, and mangled that one a little bit.
And cross court or into the middle there. Baufield trying to dig it up, but couldn't do so. Lakeville North fights back to even it at 17.
The freshman goes cross court and hits that deep corner. Works really well.
O'Hara's serve is about 3 feet too strong. Wayzata back in front now at 18-17, and Palish will serve for the Trojans as you get a look at Scott Jackson's 17th season at the helm here for the Trojans. 5 state tournament appearances with Scott. And that one hit into the net. Although the switch in sections a few years back that put Eden Prairie into Section 6 kind of maybe taken away an opportunity or two that Wayzata possibly might have had in a couple of years. Hopkins would say the same. But now things have been shuffled up again a little bit here, and Wayzata in with you know, some of the same but some new teams. Champlain Park probably considered the other top team in the section along with Wayzata. Yeah,
those two teams should be fighting it out at the end of the season, although there's a couple other teams, Blaine, Maple Grove, that are going to have something to say about that. It's always interesting as and I don't know how often it happens. It feels like it's every 3 or 4 years they have this shuffle, and teams making changes into new sections. I think there's some benefit to it. It allows some new teams to get into the state tournament, but the rivalry piece sometimes gets lost along the way.
Palish to serve here. Wayzata trying to make a decisive run here. They are up 19-17. Hitting from off the net. Baufield trying to time it and couldn't quite do it. 19-18.
So far, we've had 2 timeouts. Off both timeouts, the setters have set back row for side-out kills. It may be something they're seeing, or it may just be luck of the draw. We'll figure that out in a little bit here.
Berger's serve is too long. Panthers have hurt themselves with a few key serving errors. Although there have been a couple times that they've had balls drop in that Wayzata thought we're going to be out too. So 20-18, Greshel serving. And returns the favor.
You know, you're going to serve aggressive. You're going to make some misses. I don't know if at 20 is when you're going to try and make those big aggressive plays.
Elizabeth Junkie serving here for the Panthers. Good reach out there by O'Hara. And that results ultimately in a point for Lakeville North. And we are even up again, 20 apiece.
O'Hara falling backwards, jabs that ball with her right fist, makes a great defensive effort to keep it in play.
Junkie to serve and just out. Close one there, 21-20 Trojans.
Last 3 side outs for the Trojans, all Panther miss serves.
Rachel Keating to serve now for Wayzata. Glances off that curtain, but kept alive. Here's Berg firing away and puts it down. 22-20 Trojans.
Berg had 4 hands in front of her and just went hard for the kill. Great swing by her.
Off of Baufield, but Greshel able to run it down. Benson sends it over. Panthers trying to get into their offense. And net violation against Lakeville North. Just couldn't stop her momentum. And it's a 3-point lead. Wayzata trying to close out set number 1 by the timeout by Jackie Richter.
Some of the problems that happen when you have kids that play club, that violation by Barrett right there, not illegal in the club system, as catching the bottom of the net is not a fault. However, at the high school level, any contact with the net is a fault, which leads to that swing being called a violation before the ball has a chance to get dug. You talked with club coaches, they get mad because their kids are so used to playing the high school way. High school coaches think the same thing about club. It's a back and forth battle, and until the 3, 4, 5 different organizations that run volleyball can all agree, bring their one ball to the play field, and we're going to be in these situations.
In that shot of the crowd there, we just saw Carl Katzenberger, a familiar face, and facing both these teams this year, already has faced North.
I believe it was Carl was the one that gave me your guys' phone number and got me involved with you a few years ago.
I think you're right, and we appreciate it.
Ditto.
Greshel reaching and put away by Barrett, and the Panthers have life, 23-21.
Ball is dug, very nice up, but it's tight to the net, and Barrett goes up and puts it away. Good presence at the net.
Here's Abby Meyer to serve now for Lakeville North. Nice dig there by Berger. They'll send a free ball over though for Berg, and that one is good. Looks like Panthers were in the net anyway, so 24-21, Wayzata with a set point.
Once Berg gets in a rhythm, look out, she's able to take over and has done so towards the latter half of this set.
Baufield to serve it for Wayzata. Barrett off the block. Berg trying to keep it up, but can't do it. And again, Lakeville North. Even if they don't win this set, Coach Richter has to feel good about the way that they haven't folded when they could have on a couple of these chances.
Big swings coming from both sides of the net. Pretty aggressive play.
Here's Berg off the block, and that'll be down. And Wayzata wins a back and forth first set. Trojans 25, Panthers 22. We'll be back with our second set in a moment.
You see the last point here. Winter puts some nice pace on the ball. Ball's off the net, out of system. Berg has four hands in front of her. She's able to go off Brady, and that ball trickles down. Great swing by her. Great first set for the Trojans.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
And welcome back here to Wayzata High School. Along with Andy Gugasberg, I'm Jay Wilcox. Wayzata pulling out the first set here over Lakeville North, 25-22. And it's a back and forth battle, though, Andy. I mean, some good things at various times for both, and then a few not as good.
Yeah, I think the early start for Lakeville North and then the comeback by Wayzata were both pretty error-filled. And then towards the end, it was just good, clean volleyball with Wayzata playing a little cleaner at the end. We got stats after set one. Kate Berg took 15 swings and had 6 kills. You'll take that kind of effort from a big outside hitter. If she can get 6 points a set, look for Wayzata to win this one. Looks like we have a change at setter for Lakeville North as senior Maddie Wolf will be running the show, it looks like. Everything else seems to be the same. Check that. I believe Scott Jackson switched his setters. Switched Benson and Greschel where they are on the court. Still has Baufield in the front.
Palish will serve to begin our second set here for the Trojans. And we are underway in set number 2. Benson going to the right side and put away by Gross, the senior.
Good choice there by Benson. She holds the middle block just long enough, and Gross is able to put it away.
Tipped over, but we had a net violation against the Panthers there as a good effort by Abby Grunau, but got a little too much of the net, and 2-0 lead for Wayzata. Overpass here, and that one put away by Greschel, and it's quickly 3-0.
A little too active in the shoulders from Barrett there as she sends that ball over the net. Nice serving run here by Palish.
off the block and down as the Junkie gets the point for Lakeville North, and they are within 3-1. Couple of state titles, couple runner-up finishes for Lakeville North since the school opened, so they've got more volleyball history crammed into a little over a decade than a lot of programs have in the whole history of volleyball.
Yeah, that school opened, and the majority of the volleyball talent stayed on the north side. It seemed like South has had a couple teams that done some nice things. They made the section final a couple years ago, but North is the volleyball mecca side of things, thanks to Mylan Mader and his long tenure there, and a short window by Walt Weaver, Hall of Fame coach as well.
Grew out a serve here, 4-2 deficit for her team. Strong dig there by Wolf.
Seems to be a commit block here from the Panthers.
Good scramble to get there by Junkie. Another good block, but Wayzata will go again. Berg, nice talk there to call off Palish and get to that one, and they get the point out of it.
Great read by Berg as she sees the way Wolf is set up, knowing she's not going to set this ball, runs it down. Good offensive route there. Ballfield open and available, gets the big swing.
Keating serving here for Wayzata as they've built a 5-2 lead now here in the second set. And that ball just good. They went quick, and Brady able to, it seemed like kind of a line drive. I thought it maybe was going to be out. It was close, but able to find the court.
Berger now in. We'll see if she is setting in the back row or if she's being DS here.
And net violation against the Panthers right there. Outfield to serve, leading at 6-3. And Barrett into the net with that one. It looked like she was maybe took her eye off it a little bit, scanning where she wanted to hit that ball.
Yeah, definitely delayed her arm swing more than it needed to. Didn't catch it at her highest point.
Gretschel digs it and over the net. Barrett had a block, but it's going to be wide, so it will be a point for the Panthers here. They're within 7-4.
Wolf does a great job of holding the block with that jump set and then kicks it outside.
Barrett, a good strong serve. And that one sprayed way too long by Junkie there.
Junkie not afraid to unload on a ball, just has missed a couple times this match.
You like to see confident swings, though, at least. That players who don't want the ball is not what you want to see.
Tough ball there for Junkie on that one as Wolf kind of leaves her no place to go. Good run here by Liz Benson.
And a great block put up by Berg that time for Wayzata, and the roll continues. Benson, you know, facially and height-wise and everything, reminds me a little bit of Julia Doyle, a real good setter they had here a few years back, and trying to step in and be a contributor. Julia obviously was a great player, went on to Oklahoma from here.
Yeah, Julia's having a heck of a career, probably one of the top 4 or 5 setters in the country this year for Oklahoma. You know, I agree with you. The build is the same. The movement isn't quite as fluid, but Benson's doing a nice job coming in here as a senior to run half the show and get her swings on the right side as well. Did a great job that time, lining up in front of Brady as she was running that A or that 31 route into Benson's zone.
10-4 lead for Scott Jackson and the Trojans coming out of this timeout. They took the first set by a 25-22 count.
Well, that was Greshel that blocked that ball. Sorry, Benson's been serving. Silly me.
Here's Berg, and just too long. Trying to find that back middle area and almost hit the line. O'Hara to serve here for Lakeville North. And a little miscommunication there, lack of communication, I should say, as both Wolf and Barrett looked at each other a little bit and pulled off that ball.
That's probably Barrett's ball in most systems. Let the setter run her offense, so Barrett should stay on her feet and run through that one.
11-5 as Berg serves for Wayzata. Cross court and missed. Just going to say before that, it was proven wrong on that one, but I think Wayzata hasn't been as aggressive with the serve, but at the same time, they've been more consistent with the serve than the Panthers. And pounded home there again by Gross.
A nice high ball in the middle here to the left-handed Gross. Takes it to the deep 5 corner where nobody can get to it.
Palish to serve here, 12-5 Trojans. And near collision there, but they keep it alive, but too strong with that hit was Jennifer German. German was a soccer player until 8th grade. She had a growth spurt and playing volleyball now. And you know, I think it isn't that unusual for a lot of girls to, to try one or to try them both at some point on the way up. And they both look like fun. They give them a go and see which one works out better. And a timeout taken by Lakeville North. This one kind of getting away from them in a hurry, trailing it now 15-6.
Those earned points that we saw in set 1 are coming less often for the Trojans as Lakeville seems to be shooting themselves in the foot over and over here.
Here's a look at South Suburban. This is how the teams have done so far overall. Haven't played conference matches yet, and obviously it's a real strong volleyball conference year in, year out. Who do you like in there? Obviously Prior Lake, ranked number 1 coming in, but who else is strong there, Andy?
I like Prior Lake, I like Rosemount, and I like Egan out of that conference to come in. And now we hit the Lake Conference where there's just depth. Even Edina at 0-4 has been in matches and has caused some problems for some teams. This conference is one of the deepest, even though it's only 5 teams every year. They all can beat everybody.
Kalish's strong serve gets that point started, and it ends up just long for the Panthers. 10-point lead, Wayzata. Good recovery to get to that ball by German. Berg hitting from the back, puts it away. Wayzata, you can see the confidence building right now. And Lakeville North, they're just kind of struggling to get it back. I mean, they need a side out badly here. They're just fighting to get back into how they were playing for a good chunk of that first set.
Yeah, defensively they're struggling and starting to get frustrated, and it's leading to a lot of other errors. They get one back there as the overpass error.
That one was too easy, I think, for McKenzie.
Yep. Tried to do a little bit too much with it.
Junkie to serve here for the Panthers, down by 10. Go back to Berg, but dug up. And a nice block there by Grunau to get the point for Lakeville North. One of the few times that really Gross has been denied.
Yeah, Grunau does a great job of reading the setter there and kind of putting her body in the right position.
And put away on the slide there by Baufield, and Wayzata gets the serve back here.
Baufield seems locked in right now, putting her body in the right spot on blocking and also getting herself available to take some nice swings.
Good strong serve there by Gretschel.
Uh-oh.
And that pass was kind of in no man's land toward the net, and German had to pull off it. Trying to get to 20 here, Wayzata. Long run to go for that one, and it will crawl over. Looked like everybody kind of stopped. And that time into the net, though, from Macy Winter, and a point for Wayzata.
Out of system swings causing some problems for the Panthers right now, as Wayzata's serve keeping everybody uncomfortable.
And they come middle this time and get it done, as Meyer puts it away. I'm sorry, not Meyer, but Grunow.
Grunow takes that ball up. And now we have a serving error from Grunow after she gets the kill in the front row, kind of gets herself in a bad position there, and gives it right back. You know, we talk about Wayzata serving. Back in 2010, when they did play Lakeville North in the championship, their strongest piece was definitely their serving routine. They were able to get on teams early, and I remember that semifinal when they beat Burnsville with Tori Dixon on the team, simply with their serving game.
Hammered home here by Brady. I was thinking that, you know, you watch practices sometimes, and sometimes players kind of go through the motions. Okay, I'm supposed to serve here for 10 minutes or this many serves, and you know, you really concentrate on making them good serves, and that's kind of, you know, one of many things that can separate a good team from a really good team.
And there is the coveted call. So what happened was the up ref blew for the serve. The down ref recognized a substitution. The up ref ignored the substitution, and the up ref continued the 8-second clock. That is now a 8-second violation on Lakeville North, and the side out to Wayzata, causing some confusion from, oh boy. Now we just had the exact same thing from Wayzata, but he allowed the sub.
Pass tight to the net there, but a good recovery by Wolf.
Net violation is the call on Wolf. Be another point for the Panthers.
For the Trojans.
Oh, excuse me, for the Trojans, yes.
(23-10) Baufield serving here for Wayzata. Nice block, and then put away on the next opportunity. Staying right with it there for the Trojans as Paige Nelson checked in. Nice to get involved. First the block by Benson, and then Nelson puts it away.
Very excited Nelson right there.
And Lakeville North not done yet as Brady gets up for a nice block there.
Brady closes hip to Wolf there and puts that ball back on the Trojan side. 11-24, need a run from Winter if we're going to see some more volleyball.
Berg hammers it home, and Wayzata goes up 2-0 on 25-11. A much more dominant second set for the Trojans.
Yeah, we take a look at this ball here. Good serve. Ball goes outside. Berg decides we're going to be done right now, and she goes cross court, hits it to the 10-foot line where Junkie's waiting, but it's just got too much heat on it.
25-11 Wayzata. The third set coming up in just a moment.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think. Billy!
Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
And we begin set number 3 here from Wayzata High School. Lakeville North trailing Wayzata now 2-0. It was quite even in the first. Trojans pull it out. Second, not nearly so. And Lakeville North now, I think the thing they have to get back is just some consistency and some confidence right now. They were much more erratic in set 2 than they were in the first.
Yeah, 9 hitting errors for the Panthers in set 2. Makes it pretty easy for the Trojans to walk away with that one. If they're going to see if we can get to a 4th set up here in Wayzata today, they're going to need to make sure they limit how many points they give away. Wayzata plays the same game they played in set 1 and 2. I see them coming out of here with a sweep, though.
Panthers will serve with Berger to begin our 3rd set. Berg just on that one too strong there. It started with her struggling a little bit with the pass. Tried to make up for it maybe there and didn't hit the back line. So 1-0 lead for North. Oh, change of direction there by Junkie and ends up point for the Trojans as Gretschel will serve. Nice tip that time by Meyer.
Seems to be back to the same lineup they used in set 1 are the Panthers. And
Meyer, a great student too, 3.8 GPA, National Honor Society. And hammered home there by Gross.
Gross swinging a really nice ball right now. Good rhythm. Gretschel seems to be finding her in a good space. She's able to beat the block quite well.
Yeah, they haven't had an answer for her most of the time tonight. Tough ball to handle there at the net, and Berger couldn't do anything with that one. So 3-2 lead now for Wayzata. Keating will serve. It's a strong serve. O'Hara able to pull it off the floor though. And there's Benson swinging away from the right side.
Nice rip from Benson there. Gretschel puts it on a tee. Blocks late to close. She's got everywhere she wants.
Back row attack there by the Panthers, so 5-2 lead.
Wow, great hustle by Berg there.
Started with a really a nimble athletic play by German on the other side to be able to swipe that ball over, and then Wayzata almost got to it. Gresham will come middle with it for Baufield, but timing wasn't really there on that one. Just looked a little off all around. 5-4 lead now. Good hands there after Benson had a nice block for Wayzata, but Panthers, that's kind of shows be ready at all times.
You bet. Benson did a great job one-on-one of sending that ball back, but Brady was up in the air as soon as it came.
Berg rolling it down the line, and it's good. Definitely crossed them up with that one. It was just a matter of whether it was going to stay in.
Defense had no idea where that ball was going.
Baufield, good strong short serve that time. Off the net, Russell unable to pull that one as Holly Meyer's pass was into the net. So we're even up 6 apiece as Macy Winter, the freshman, will serve here for Panthers. Berg had it blocked. Come the other way now to Benson. And we had a net violation against the Panthers there. Slide to the outside. Trojans able to dig it up, and Baufield sends it over. Benson will come for Berg, and she puts it away. Wayzata showing how defense can really win you points.
Berg hit that ball, and it went around Berger, and Berger just looked up at the antenna wondering how that ball snuck through. Great swing.
And too strong there. Lakeville North kind of half hoping maybe there was a touch on the way at the net, but no go. Barrett way too long with it. That time it was off the block, and Barrett will record the kill for Lakeville North.
Nice swing by Barrett off a great set from Berger.
And there's Berg pounding it home.
She's real good from the right side out of serve receive there, and Junkie just not able to get back and get in front of that ball.
10-7 advantage here for Wayzata. Benson digs it up. And trying to go cross court to the corner, but missing was Junkie there for the Panthers. So Wayzata's lead is 4 now at 11-7. You know, they've had kind of a hectic day, first day of school. I'm sure they'd like to get a chance to go home and have some dinner, and this one in 3 if possible.
Berg taking advantage of the ball here as she's serving, putting a nice little run together for the Trojans.
Short float there, but they get to it. Berg digging it up and sent over. And wiped home by Berger there. Good decision.
Berger knows that she's going to have the kill here, so she goes up and presses, but goes a little bit too hard, and it's a net violation.
Oh, yep. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. And cross court missing wide was Brady.
Timeout from the Panthers here.
Yeah, 14-7 lead for Wayzata. And here's where you're coaching for, the rest of the season too. I mean, it might be too late to really get a lot going in this one for Lakeville North, but you still be ready and coach things the same way. And Coach Richter obviously has been through lots of different situations in her career, and see what they've got coming up, playing in that Marshall tournament, which is usually an early season highlight for a lot of good teams down there. And it's not just that they're good teams, but it's an area that loves volleyball too.
Yeah, the Marshall tournament is always a pretty good indicator for the Metro teams. You finish in the top 3 of that tournament, you're considered one of the favorites going into section play typically. I believe last year Wayzata, who hadn't had much success early, went down there and finished 2nd or 3rd and suddenly got put on people's radar, and sure enough they make it to the section finals. Lakeville North, when they went to the state final 2 years in a row, won that tournament both years. It's a good early indicator. You get those outstate teams that you don't see every day, but Marshall and Tracy Milroy and some of those other ones are going to give you fits as well.
I always feel like, too, the tournament dynamic makes it different than just a regular match, on a weeknight at a high school, too. Just that there's a lot going on. There are a lot of good teams. You have to bounce back and play multiple times, and it kind of tests your ability to play together as a team and stick through adversity a little bit, too.
Yeah, Marshall runs a 32-team tournament. St. Michael Albertville runs one a little bit later in the year. Those are the only 2 32-team tournaments. Typically, there's 16, and so you play 4. But down there, you got 5 matches. You got 2 on day 1 and 3 on day 2. It's definitely more of a marathon than any single match will be.
Abby Kinney recording the point for Wayzata. Baufield a block, but the ball might have been heading out, but they play it, and then Baufield gets a good swing on it. They were not going to be denied there. It looked like they might have had the point earlier, and Baufield just kept with it and swung hard.
Good set here. Oh, wow. Great swing, cross body, Baufield. That's a great ball.
16-8, Palish with a short serve. Benson will come back. Nice dig there by Barrett. Now Palish does the same on the other side of the net. McGreschel missing cross court. Really a sharp angle shot there and didn't hit it. Still, they've been able to put together a nice run to build a comfortable lead right now. Berger will serve for the Panthers, down by 7. And Baufield way too long, and she knew it.
Like the option she got there. She was able to beat the block, but wasn't able to finish her swing.
Off the block and score the point for Greschel.
Greschel takes a big swing out there. I really like the way she's come on as a hitter this year.
And Wayzata doesn't have a ton of size, but they've got, some size throughout the lineup a little bit. And you got setters at around 6 feet that can get a swing or two here or there. It certainly helps.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think when push comes to shove as the season goes on, Berg's going to be the one getting the ball. But having 2 setters that can swing and score for you definitely adds another level that they lost with Atia Dilly-Starks last year and some of the other kids that have come through this program in the last few years.
Baufield, I don't think they were really on the same page on what set was coming there, but she made it work.
The ugly but effective is what we're looking at right there. Another opportunity given and another point taken by Baufield there.
You kind of figure that, well, those things will even out. There will be times when we hit a great ball and it comes back. So you get one that wasn't so great and it falls in, you take it.
Yeah, I'm constantly reminded of the Moneyball quote, do we care how he gets on first? And the answer, of course, is no, we do not. And that's kind of what you're at this point in the match. Well, let's just find a way to get these last 6 points and get out of here. We might have homework by those mean teachers that don't just give us syllabus on the first day, and you can start seeing it even on the Panthers' faces. Like, they don't know that they have enough in to come back, and you know it may be time to close the gate on this one. Jackie Richter not okay with that mentality. I can guarantee you that much. Kind of getting on her kids a little bit. We see here, like, we can fight, we can push. But with the way the Trojans are playing, I don't know if they got enough in them.
Rachel Ormsby checks in for Wayzata. So they've pretty much used most of their lineup. Lauren Jagerson out with an injury tonight, a player we normally would have been seeing for the Trojans. And so wish her well as she recovers. Oops, collision there as Berg came to get that one. And cross court and off of Greshel as they got a little bit out of position there. You see
O'Hara with a great dig. Berger goes back to Junkie, who goes cross court. That's a great swing by the freshman.
Berg, nice down ball there, but a good dig on the other side by Junkie. Hits too strong though, and it will be Trojans' point.
Barrett's struggling attacking today.
Almost feels like there's times where she's felt she's needed to really hit a great shot, where, you know, not concentrating on just making sure it's in play first and foremost. Greshel Baufield tipping over the block and down, and Wayzata has things rolling their way right now, 21-11.
O'Hara had seen that ball tipped directly over the block a couple times, came into the middle of the court, and Baufield does a great job pushing it to the side.
Off the block and down as the Panthers trying to fight back a little bit here.
Back to serve will be Meyer, senior captain.
Greshel will come to Baufield in the middle, and the block just a touch late and can't close it up. 22-12 Trojans as they try and put the finishing touches on a sweep.
Baufield back to serve.
Chip to the middle, Greshel is there. And double contact called there against the Trojans.
Ormsby not the setter that Liz Benson is, so when Greshel popped that ball up, Ormsby not quite ready for it. A little bit of trouble handling that one.
Here's Berg letting it rip, and not much chance there for O'Hara. Just barely got the left hand on it. 23-13 Wayzata.
Berg with another kill. I believe it's at about 14 or 15 for her.
Ellie Anderson subbing in here for Wayzata. And that one will crawl off the block and drop as Brady had some hang time there. Barrett to serve here for the Panthers. Wayzata down to 2 points needed for the win here. And nice block at the net again by Brady.
Barrett serving again.
Berg, a misfire.
Trying to go for it all there. Berg wants to kill to win here and misses that one.
Greshel will come back to Berg, and that one will be good for a point as it bounced into the face or shoulder area, and they tried to fight it off. 24-16 now, match point opportunity for Berg and the Trojans.
Tight.
Good recovery by Greshel there. And they'll end up getting the point out of it. It wasn't pretty again, but Wayzata will take it, and they will take that sweep with a 25-16 win in our third set.
Good serve by Berg here. It's tight. Berger dumps it very well. And I believe it was Rod over there with some very limited action, gets the bump kill for the match winner as we see a sweep here in the Wayzata gym. 3-0 Trojans.
So the Trojans take care of Lakeville North here. A very close first one. Second one, not so much. Third one, not real close either. And Wayzata will pick up their second straight victory on this season. We will come back to wrap things up. We'll hear from the Trojans in just a moment. Wayzata with a sweep here over Lakeville North.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Sharing your
Back here to Wayzata High School. The Trojans with a sweep on their home court on the first day of school as they take care of Lakeville North here in 3 straight. And we are joined by a couple of Wayzata players. We'll start with Morgan Baufield. And you guys came out, kind of took care of business against this team here tonight. I know they're pretty young, but still a kind of a big name opponent from the years past. How did you feel about the way your team played?
I thought we did really well in keeping the pressure on them the entire time. Everybody contributed so much on just doing all their jobs.
Tough early season schedule for you guys, and that's meant taking a couple of losses, but have you learned from those things too, and is it making you better each night out, would you say?
Of course. I think we've really learned on how to work as a team and how to really help each other to win better.
You've got Edina on the first Lake Conference match coming up later this week, and then next week Eden Prairie, a big match up there. But how are you feeling about the progress your team's made as you kind of head into mid-September now?
I think we've got everything under control right now. I think we can do amazing things in the weeks to come.
All right, congratulations on the win. Have fun. And turn now to Kate Berg. And your team came out here, and the first one, there was kind of back and forth, real close. But after that, you sort of put them away. What was the difference in that second and third set, would you say?
Yeah, I don't know. We really came out with some fire. We knew we had to put pressure on them, and we really took care of our game, and that kind of helped us out a ton. And I think we believed in each other, and we really relied on each other to help each other out. Yeah.
Team was in a section final last year, and you have some good pieces back this year. But did it surprise you when you came out with a couple losses, or did it get you guys down, or not at all?
No, I mean, the first few we were just learning, and we have a lot of players that are just coming in and playing aggressively, so we knew we just needed that learning point, and we're getting better and better every time.
Yeah, I think this sport probably more so than any is getting used to each other and being in the right spots and things. Can you feel a big difference already from the first day of practice till now?
Yeah, definitely. We're getting used to each other. We're really relying on each other, and it takes teamwork.
Got some conference matches coming up, and is it fun to play those kind of opponents, the ones that you know you're playing a couple times a year, especially a team like Eden Prairie?
Yeah, definitely. We have some rivalries, and it's fun to match up with them every year.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Kate. Good luck in the rest of the season here.
Thank you.
Wayzata winning it over Lakeville North tonight in a sweep, so the Trojans pick up their second victory of the season. Again, they get back into action on Thursday night as they take on Edina. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's telecast here from Wayzata. For Andy Gugesberg and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. So long from Wayzata High School. That ball by Sherman. From the back, he puts it away. Wayzata, you can see the confidence building right now. Lakeville North.